Hey guys, welcome back. I played a bit off camera yesterday. I finished like leveling the hill that I was doing. And well, let's just say the snow like has started to smelt like almost completely, which made me a bit sad. I didn't realize it was going that quickly. I would have loved to capture that more on camera, but there's still snow. So I'm gonna show you in just a sec. Yeah, okay, wow, it's super green compared to... This is more green than I actually remembered. But like you can see, there's snow like over here, and the ice is still here, but man, it is super green. And the like beautiful thing about it is that it's gradual. You kind of don't notice it until it's actually like this. So as soon as I noticed it was like super green, I immediately quit out. But yeah, that did make me a little bit sad. But it seems like these are also like starting to tick down. Will flower in. So the temperature is actually pretty nice. It's the 5th of April. I'm thinking of you know, starting to plant my seeds. So I'm gonna have to do that pretty soon. I kind of want to tear this down. And I am curious if I dig this up, what will that say? Aha, you can't dig up the farmland. Interesting. Okay, can you like farmland this? I'm guessing not. But that's fine. So I kind of want to convert all of this into farmland. So basically this whole so up until this like hill area. Let's actually cover up this hole as well. Something like that. I'm not the best at like making terrain. But yeah, I want like a gigantic place of just like planting seeds. So I'm thinking of stripping this down, and I guess the problem that I will have to face is that I'm gonna have to need, or it's gonna like require a lot of fence. Because I don't want wild animals to come and eat my crops, so we're gonna have to solve that problem. I'm also gonna have to dig up this this low fertility soil. Oh, there's a tiny carcass here. So that's why I'm leaving like these holes, because I know I will have to replace it with medium fertility. I'm not sure how much medium fertility soil I have. My storage situation is also quite dire. I have a couple of stacks of medium fertility soil. So we should be fine for a while. I also gathered a lot of like stone components, so quite a few stacks of cobblestone, 3 stacks of dry stone fences. So yeah, the resource situation is looking quite nice. But okay, so I guess it would be nice with like a fence gate somewhere here. Since now I will have like I will start planting basically right outside of the house. I'm also gonna remove a bit of this to make it not so close to the fence gate. And basically, like I'm gonna spend a bit of time just like preparing for the future. Because once this farm is like up and running, I won't have to worry about like food and such, basically for the rest of this world. Now one thing that I have considered is like the soil type. So what I learned now, just now, is that if you break this farmland, it just gets removed. It gets voided. So I'm wondering if there's like a permanent solution of like not having to worry about this like these soil values basically. Ouch. Ouch. I think there's a bow torn around here somewhere. Yeah, over there. Okay. Also, there's two of them. I did notice, so last time I made a iron short sword, I think it was called, and I can't actually do anything with it. It requires the trait of like, I can't remember exactly the trait, but you need it to be some special, maybe like a blackguard. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna go hide for a bit. Let's see if I have something that I can heal myself with. Maybe I don't. Okay, alright, I don't like that. Oh, hello. Ouch. Okay, I don't really want to die, so I'm gonna just come down a bit. Let's see. Oh right, I was going down here to check on the leather. So this is almost finished. 0.3 days left. Okay, wow, I'm like severely hurt. I think I'm gonna like just wait this night out. So one thing that I have kind of realized is that you could use like the time at night to do something useful. So I'm gonna like just pan for the entire duration of the night. I'm also gonna check how low the temperature goes, if it's a good idea to plant some of these stuff. So onion seeds only are only cold resist until -1 Celsius. So I don't want to plant it if it goes down to negative, and obviously different days like bring different temperatures, so I'm gonna have to take it with a grain of salt, but yeah. But I'm gonna sit here and pan for a while and come back when morning comes, so be right back. I spot something very interesting. So the current rift activity is apocalyptic. I don't think I've seen this before. So I'm guessing there's like just a ton of portals or rifts outside now. The clock's like 10 PM, so I'm not gonna go outside and check, but that's interesting. Okay, so the lowest I caught the temperature was at -1 degree Celsius. I got lapis lazuli. Mostly junk. I did get 1 temporal gear, which is nice. 2 copper spearheads. I have no spears, so I might as well like turn those into spears. But I got 31 copper in like 1 night, so it is a good early game alternative. I did actually enjoy my time, like just panning. I put on a YouTube video and just chilled for a while, so honestly would recommend. It's kind of growing on me. But yeah, let's try and get this mess organized a bit. Oh, I have 4 spearheads? Interesting. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to do chest sometime soon. Alright, I also need to pick up my items that I left down there. Okay, I'm gonna do a bit of reading on the soil types. Soil. I know there's something called like terra preta or something. I'm not sure what this is. Fertility when tilled. Do you get this by taking either a high fertility soil or powdered charcoal and surrounding it with compost and bone meal? Okay. Now does this has 80%, so I'm guessing there is no way to have like a permanent solution, which I guess would make sense since this game like aims at being a bit realistic, so that's fine. That does, however, mean that I'm gonna have to like farm up different materials to actually keep the fertility like high each year, which I guess works. Anyhow, I'm gonna fill all of these up and I'm gonna remove these. Okay, wait. Nutrient levels, growth speed. Have these recovered? No. No. Okay. So I am gonna remove these and replace them. Just this once, and then later on, I guess eventually I'm gonna have to find high fertility soil, and I'm gonna have to also like maintain the soil nutrient values. Let's see if I know all of them. Is it phosphor? The P, and it might be, and it's nitrogen, and it's potassium, I think. Okay. Anyhow, I am going to also like optimize the amount of water that you need. I'm not entirely sure on the water mechanics, so I guess I think I'm gonna look it up on the wiki. Because that's kind of like a thing that I don't really wanna bother myself with. Let's see, are these? Yeah, okay, these are shovel blocks. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I learned a couple of interesting things. So, if the farmland, I think it was like up to 3 blocks away, the water can irrigate farmland up to 3 blocks away. So, but each block that's like, so let's say this one is a water source. This one will then have, I think, 100%. This one will have 75% and this one will have 50%. Or if it's that this one will have 75, 50 and 25. Not entirely sure, but it drops by 25% for each block the longer out you go. So maybe, and you also, depending on the moisture level. So let's say this one is at 100%. This one will reduce the time for 2 in-game hours of the growth time. And this one, I think, like below 50% water irrigation, it doesn't give a bonus at all. Or something along those lines. But I'm thinking if I do a grid of 3, so then this one and this one will be at the highest. So these two. And then I will have another 3 blocks, so this one would also be a water source. I think that's maybe that's a good compromise. Because let's say if I move it any further, so 1, so if this is actually like 75% and this one is 50 and this one is 25, that would make sense because then the 4th one would be at 0%, and that would like, yeah, that would add up to what the wiki is saying. But then I would have to, or if I want to move the water source even further away, then this one would have to be at like 25%, or maybe if you do it 5, so let's say this one is 75, this one is at 50 then. So you could alternatively have 4 in between. But I like unevens, so I'm gonna stick with 3. Anyways, a bit of nerd talk. You know, some things are worth looking up on the wiki, some things are worth learning on your own. I feel like testing just a bunch of technical stuff like that on your own just like takes unnecessary time that I don't really feel like it's worth spending. But something that I look forward to now that it's actually spring is trying to graft the fruit trees. So I've come across a couple of fruit trees that I definitely want to try and bring home. I did like get a tutorial recommended to me on YouTube that I purposely avoided because I kind of want to try that myself. That seems like a fun little challenge, so I'm excited for that. Anyways, let's so I'm planning of doing like 3 plots because obviously each soil has 3 different nutritional values. So that way I can rotate the crops, so crop rotation. Which is, I think, a good like solution. So I'm also gonna mark up which one I'm doing currently. So at the base of each like growth thing. Yeah, I kind of want to move all of these bushes as well. I'm not entirely sure how much space I need, but I'm gonna like do overkill. Like I said, I want to get like a, what's the word? I want to set up infrastructure so it's easy to like manage in the future. Since I play single player, I will have to do everything by myself, so taking the time to set up proper systems is, I think, valuable in saving time in the future. So yeah, that's kind of why. I might not... I think my character's stuck in animation. Okay, that was funny. Did you see the shadow? He just kept digging, even though I wasn't digging. Alright, anyhow. Maybe we start on this like raised bit here, and I want to have like an entrance to this thing, so maybe let's grab a couple of fences just to mark up and make sure that I know what I'm doing. They will be in here. Alright. So let's say I have a fence going here and then maybe like an entrance, and then the rest will just be farmland and water blocks. So I'm gonna have to encase all of this place as well, so I'm gonna have to leave like a border around this thing. Like this. Okay. Yeah, and I do want a couple of height variations in this plot. I don't want too much though, because I think it's gonna be a bit annoying to like manage. I'm not sure if the mechanic of like jumping and breaking crops is a thing in here, but I am kind of afraid of it, since that's kind of how my brain is, I don't know, primed? I'm not sure. But yeah, so if that's the case, I definitely want to have like slabs around, so I can easily come up and down these different variations. I think it might also be nice to have slabs either way. I like slabs. Okay, anyways, let's try and mark up. So let's have my first... Actually, which one is the... Oh, I don't have any farmland left. Let's look up farmland. Farmland. I wanna... Okay, that's annoying. I wanted to like do them in order, so I guess it doesn't matter because I'm gonna rotate them. Do I have a hoe? I might not have a hoe. Interesting, I did not think I would run into this problem. Okay, it seems like I am not prepared for this. Which is completely fine. I'm gonna have to make... I'm gonna have to smith anyhow. I desperately need more chests. So I guess I'll do that next time. But that's a bit annoying. I did want things planted. But let's see. We can plan out which seeds or crops, or how much space I will actually need. So everything that requires potassium, let's grab that. Okay. Rice seeds, okay. Cold resistant until 8 Celsius. That's crazy. Okay, so this is all the K ones. So I'm gonna go and grab a... what's it called? One of these guys. Storage vessels. Let's grab one for each. One for each crop type or nutrient type. Just temporarily. I'll make chests for these as well. So let's I guess let's just place them somewhere here. Okay, well, this is quite a lot of seeds. This is 128 plus 182. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a lot, so 182, so more than 200 probably. Yeah, like 225-ish, let's say. So how much would I need? So I would, if we're doing like a simple rectangle, let's say 10 blocks wide, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have like placed something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then I would need what, like 20, like 23 perhaps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So currently I could like roughly place this many seeds in this encased area. But since I wanna like scale up operation, maybe I do it smooth, like all the way to the mountain, and let's actually smooth this area out a bit and join. So if I want to have different elevations, let's just make them wider, each layer to be like a bit wide, so there's actually worth planting stuff on there. Otherwise it's gonna be a bit of a pain harvesting and like just walking around here, so maybe even extending this one more. Yeah, I might run out of soil for this, which is the one problem I think I'm gonna run into quite soon. Yeah, okay, something like that. Okay, I ran out of medium soil in my inventory, but I think I like that, so I guess this mountain will be like a I guess like a good natural barrier towards the outside world. I'm gonna have to push it up and like carefully make it so that animals can't come in, but I guess it's nice to push it in here. I guess this could be one plot. And then yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I push this plot like somewhere deep into that. Into this thing over here. Let's close this up as well. Alright. And use this as a kind of natural stopping point. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, I think I think I have a rough plan. Now, I'm very hungry, I just noticed. Okay, and then I guess how will I plot this one? This one is quite like not wide. Maybe I don't need to do this one super large. Since I leveled this area, I kind of want to utilize it, so maybe I just go around this place. Like maybe I go up to this point. This point and like try and kind of round this whole area. But not make it too much like larger than that. I think that would work. Anyhow, since I don't have the tools required for doing anything more, I think next time I will spend some time making the hoe, making chests, and cooking some food because I'm low again. So that's everything for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.